What is up? What is up, everybody? Just want to tap in real quick. I was watching some tuberculosis. I'm starting to call him tuberculosis TV. Some of his live, and you just want to talk a little bit about his disgusting language. Why do some people defend this type of language? You see people be canceled for less. Like Turtle Boy has no problem even throwing around the N word. More and more you listen to more of his content, and it's just disgusting. It looks like it's snowing again. Can't get over it. All the snow. All the snow, people. But there's a pattern that I think we see in the way that Turtle Boy speaks, But what's up, everyone? Hit the like button, hit the like button, go to YouTube, please, and subscribe to that channel. I really, really appreciate it. But I just want to talk a little bit about Turtle Boy, right? Of course, because I don't like the dude. I think he's a punk. I think he revealed himself through the words that he uses. I think he's disgusting. He thinks he's clever. He thinks he's untouchable. He thinks he's edgy. He throws around slurs. He throws around coded insults. He demeans people, especially people from the inner city community, especially poor people that have to come from, less fortunate places. It's not a slip. This is how a man like TB thinks. And it tells you a lot about how his audience thinks. Like, you could actually find clips of this guy throwing around the N word, saying the N bomb straight out, and the W word, just saying stuff like that. And a lot of times they accept it. It's his coded racism. It's still racism, no matter how you look at it. It's still racism. You don't have to say the N word to communicate that you're a closet racist, that you were born a racist, but his community, they accept it. The whole hood booger thing. Yeah, I mean, I kind of joked around and said, "Oh, I guess according to Turtle Boy, I'm a hood booger." You know, um, because why? Because I come from a poor place. Because I am poor. Shit, I'm so poor, man. I got like a negative 400 credit score. Nah. Um, it is what it is, Some people have opportunities, some people don't. Does that mean I'm a ghetto trash? Does that mean I'm an animal? Does that mean I'm a hood bugger? According to TB, those terms, and these aren't just neutral terms. These are signals in the way that this guy talks. His racial bias. Turtle Boy uses them because he knows exactly what they imply. Praise God. He's the embodiment of each of the 7 deadly sins. I like that, man. Absolutely. But, you know, Turtle Boy uses them because he knows what they imply. He knows, that they're going to defend him. And he's going to say later, I never said anything racist. Bro, stop it, man. You throw the N word around, the hood booger stuff, ghetto trash, animals, those people. Look what you said about, when you was doing a video about that little black kid, that he got killed by the police. You were calling his mom trash. You were saying horrible things about it. That kid got what he deserved. How about Jigga? You wouldn't even stand up for Jigga, who 7 cops pigpiled on him, and allegedly one of them cops may have taken her own life since that incident because they killed a man. But to Turtle Boy, it's all the same. The message is the same. He don't care. The harm's the same. He don't care if he hurts people. He is already damaged. We see Turtle Boy using this bullshit language that he uses, and it does more than insult people. It really does. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this guy, man. Just some of the things he says. He lies. He goes on. I mean, he doubles down on the inner city communities are less deserving of respect. So we don't get no respect. Absolutely. I guess I'm a hood booger because I like the JFK show off crew and hip hop. Absolutely. It's horrible what happened to Francis Gigalotti. It's horrible what happened to him. Same thing happened to George Floyd, but it didn't matter with Francis. Nobody really cared when it happened to Francis, and that's horrible. And thank God you got like someone like Jay Brilliant that was actually on the scene when this all went down because he was able to capture it, videotape it. We was able to see Francis's life be taken from him. Not that it's anything to watch or anything to be happy, but you know what? That's how awareness gets done. But when Turtle Boy talks about, you know, the inner city community and how we are less deserving, it just normalizes stuff for people who already face barriers of the system. It just tells a lot of these young kids that are growing up in these neighborhoods, right? That, you know what? You are less than. That's what Turtle Boy's message tells the youth. And I was listening to her in the spaces earlier, and they were talking about fatherless homes. We are in the worst generation of fatherless homes. And this is why a lot of these young kids, a lot of these young men now are becoming savages, 16 years old, 3 kids in Providence. They beat a man to death. I don't even think they were 16. Another 16-year-old kid in Cranston, drive-by shooting. You know, they have no authority figure. They have no one in their home to look up to. And it ain't just, it's a lot of black homes because, back in the 90s, they were putting everybody in prison. We see it with the Eddie O'Brien case. That goes a lot deeper. See, that's bigger. Eddie O'Brien is just a person in the story. If you build them, they will come. That's when they were building all these prisons. We got more men in prison in the United States of America than we do in college. And when somebody with a platform like Turtle Boy says stuff like that, the damage just multiplies. See, they don't rock with you. They're not laughing with you, Turtle. They're laughing at you. They're there for your amusement. A lot of your followers, they want to see you fall. But we also know the demographics of a lot of your followers because you could throw around the N word and say stuff like hood booger. You're an animal, ghetto trash. Got 6 satellites on his house. Got curtains, got bedspread for curtains. You say some of the most horrible things, man. It's an economic. There's rich, there's poor. I don't like you. I used to think I liked you, but I was blinded. I had blinders on. I know you're laughing at the one glove, huh? I'm getting ready to go to work. I just thought this message was important. And while it was on the tip of my tongue and my head, I wanted to talk about it because how long has MLK been gone, right? Do we respect it? No, we still can't respect his wishes. And I just, I can't stand the way that this guy Turtle Boy shits on the inner city communities and people just let him get away with it. Like they are less deserving of respect than him. That dude is white trash. The definition of white trash is Turtle Boy. His own kids don't even want to look at him. His own wife is laying in bed with another man. He thinks he can normalize this for people who already face similar shit, right? It's just telling a lot of these young kids in the hood that you are not shit. But you know what? You are something. You can do it. Don't listen to guys like TB. He's such a small thing in this YouTube world. His audience just absorbs it. They love it. They repeat it. They believe it. He and other people, he doesn't try to meet and accept people for where and who they are. He absolutely. And JFK, and JFK and them guys, they take so much heat. And I had a channel in the past, similar name, and it was up to like 7,000, subs. And I lost that channel kind of beefing with Matt Hoffer and, you know, and I kind of lost the edge for it. But, it was seeing that nobody was coming out to back up, you know, JFK with what he was doing. And anybody that sided with JFK, ended up getting attacked. So I felt I'm going to stand besides JFK, James Jackson, Kevy Kev, Jay Brillion, guys like the Young Jerks, Brian, I'm going to stand besides them, and I'm going to stand up for them because, you know, people call the guy a washed out rapper. Like he has done more things, more exciting things being that, washed up rapper. You know what I mean? At least he was up there on stage doing his thing. It's not it wasn't easy, but it ain't like it is today to kick the door open in the rap game. Today you build up an audience, you record a song. I could record a song right now and put it on Amazon Music or sell it, but back then it was a lot harder, but why are people defending this guy's language? Why a woman defending I did a show yesterday. Why a woman defending a guy like this? His cruelty. He's not honest. What do you think? Telling it like it is means what? Stepping down on people who have less power than him? I went at Turtle Boy and right away he said, "Yo, this dude's different," because he blocked me. That sucks, but it's great that you're building a new community. I don't know much about LTL, but I'm starting to watch him. You know what? I'm sure LTL, like we all have our flaws, but hit the subscribe button here, hit the like button, appreciate it. If you can't, yep, thank you for watching on YouTube. But you know what? We're gonna build this back up. I've been doing this for 8 years. I did a lot with high school football, help kids get to college, holding coaches accountable. And I always held people accountable because nobody holds nobody accountable anymore. Absolutely. And I talked about that yesterday. but and someone says, "Oh, it's private what he does to women. Why do you care? Like he's a public figure." And behind closed doors or in the public, if you're abusing, you know, if you're abusing people, you're still an abuser. He's a harmful person. Who can even condone anything like that? I could never condone seeing seeing a woman, seeing a man be abused constantly, getting his head kicked in, getting her head kicked in. And, you know, and some women are so afraid, after they're abused for so long, they just get used to it. And I brought up The Burning Bed, that movie where that lady was beaten so much. She was beaten so much that she went insane and she was acquitted, by temporary insanity. Because once someone sees the padding in domestic violence, they see the harm, they see the manipulation, they see the trail of women that were left behind from TB. See, I don't want him to go to jail for witness intimidation. I want him to go to jail because he's a stalker, because he's an abuser, because he is a monster. They can't unsee that once it's done. And what takes a victim, it takes courage to even question it, courage to walk away. How many times? Why don't you walk away? Why don't you leave him? Oh, it's not that easy. I can't understand that. Why don't you leave him? Every one of the teeth in your mouth were knocked out by him. Oh, but he didn't mean it. Mm. And where's the community's responsibility in this? When you have a community that rallies behind a man with a long history of harming females, does it send a message that you don't give a shit? We don't care what he does as long as he makes us laugh? Is it not devastating? Does it not tell domestic violence survivors that you don't matter? How about future victims? The ones that are building up the courage right now that might be watching this and said, I'm out of here. I'm not going to continue to be abused. I want to live. I want to keep going. He's a womanizer. He's a racist. The man is just no good. He hasn't talked to Karen Reed since 2023, 2.5, 3 years ago. She washed her hands with him a long time ago. You got all these people defending this guy, but you know what? The truth, it don't need defenders. You know what needs defenders? Only lies need defenders. Only lies. Will Glare, yo, we'll see you Friday because people have questions for you. Will's going to be at court January 30th, Suffolk County Court. People have questions, Will, but I appreciate everybody. Please subscribe to the YouTube platform. I really appreciate it. It exactly tells every victim of abuse that he thinks they deserved it, which is effed up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Have a great night, everybody, man. Appreciate it. Definitely subscribe. Keep coming back because I'm going to keep coming back and we're going to hold people accountable. You know what I mean? I'm gonna play a couple songs, and then get out of here. Turtle Boy and the Misfits. And that's what he has now. He has his whole group of misfits fighting his battles out there. You got, Jessica, tells an attorney, that there should be a public hanging. Like, it's crazy the things that some of these people are actually saying. You know what I mean? But the first one is Will Henry, You a Sucker.
Yeah. You know the story. It's heavy in the air. When a father turns to shadows, how could you even dare? Yo, Will Henry, you a sucker. Let's break it down. Claim you a man, but where's your crown? Put your hands up, kid. You taught him how to fight, but you ain't fighting right, man. This ain't no light. You grab your son, run off like a thief in the night. Where's the love? This ain't how you raise a child, right? Kicking your son out like he's just a game piece. How you claim to be a dad, forgetting his release. Will Henry, you a sucker. Can't you see the glare? Claiming blackmailing the myth. You think no one cares? Special needs child, you're running from the truth. But every word you spit just reveals your own youth. Admitting the violence, it's hard for me to trust. Fighting your kid, nah, that's just unjust. 6'2", but he's still your son at the core. Raising fists over lessons, that ain't what you for. Talk about forgiveness, but you let ego reign. Dragging things out like a puppet on a chain. You think you're tough, man, but underneath is weak. Claiming power with fists when it should be love you seek. Allegations swirling, made public and raw. Yet you try to justify and glaze over the flaw. Just look in the mirror, see the man you become. A name in the charts, but what's under that drum? Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmail and violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth's in the lineup is living in every line. Will Henry, you a sucker, got all eyes on you. Blackmail and violence, is that the best you can do? Special needs child, you claim it's all fine, but the truth's in the lineup is living in every line. Look, I'm not built to watch a man tear down his own. You need to change direction before the seed you've sown. A name ain't a warrior. It's the truth that empowers. So rise up, Will, and stop hiding in the towers. Yeah. Hey, yo, it's time to get real. The streets are buzzing, free Karen Reed, watch the fire, no bluffing. Critics out, yeah, they loud, but we ain't backing down. Let's shed light on those wearing the crown. Step into the scene, enter Aiden Kearney, aka Turtle Boy, thoughts kinda dirty. Rolling deep with misfits, you know, like Will the Glera. Claims he's tough, but that ain't a real player. Beating on his kid, man, that's a red alert. No cap, no lie, dude, you need to revert. Let's talk about the truth, let's keep it real. Clara's got a history that's hard to conceal. Turtle Boy trolls with that fake account vibe. This is a community we gotta unite. This is a community we gotta unite. Then there's Jimmy, aka Aunt Deb on the scene, instigating trouble, thinking he's a mean machine, dividing us up. Man, it's never gonna win. Can't keep the peace when you're all about sin. Jessica Machado throwing threats like confetti, kicking folks out. Yo, you ain't ready. Let's talk about the truth, let's keep it real. Clara's got a history that's hard to conceal. Turtle Boy trolls with that fake account vibe. This is a community we gotta unite. This is a community we gotta unite. Turtle Boy, tell me what's the deal? Slanging fake news like it's part of the meal. Mental, physical threats, that ain't no game. Abusing women, man, that's a real shame. Real shame. Watch as the drama unfolds. It's not just gossip, it's harmful behavior that you can't just toss it. Burner accounts, a coward with a keyboard, but the real talk, that's where you ignored. Stand up, man, quit acting like a child. Time to heal, not divide, make the difference worthwhile. Now let's get real, it's time to change the narrative. Stand together, bring the positive imperative. Let's be a voice that speaks for the weak. United we rise, broken cultures can't speak. Yeah. Let's talk about the truth, let's keep it real. Blair's got a history that's hard to conceal. Turtle boy trolls with that fake account vibe. This is a community we gotta unite.